A Broadview attorney and community activist is taking the village to court over when people are allowed to protest outside the local ICE facility.
Roseanne Tejas is live in Broadview with much more on this lawsuit. Roseanne?
Yes, Brian, Natalie, with so much controversy over federal border agents on the streets of Chicago and conditions at the facility in Broadview, there have been a lot of protesters, and those protesters want to be heard. A Broadview attorney and community activist, as you said, is now taking the village to court, hoping to ensure that they are heard. At issue is, in that new lawsuit, restrictions on when protesters can assemble. Right now, a curfew limits protesting outside this facility to between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Attorney Robert Held says the restrictions violate the First Amendment. The village cites safety concerns, but Held says banning speech is the wrong response, adding, and I'm quoting here, "The right to protest loses its power if the government controls when we can speak." We asked local residents what they think.
If it's a peaceful protest, it should go on and whatever, but it's like if it's going to be something like you're actually like going to try to block people off, like, okay, it's a little dangerous. Like, don't put anybody else at risk, don't put your family at risk or your neighbors at risk. But I generally do believe that they should be able to just be around 24/7, because what are we doing? Peacefully protesting. We're not bothering nobody, they're just bothering us.
Now, some of the protesters complain that they're at work during those hours of 9 to 6, and they'd like to come before or after. This issue going to the U.S. District Court November 24th, but in just a couple of hours, we're going to be speaking to the attorney behind the suit right here outside the Broadview ICE facility. Roseanne Tejas, Fox 32 Chicago. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Roseanne. President Trump claims federal operations in Chicago have dramatically decreased crime. In a post to Truth Social, the president said violent crime in the city is down, including a 35% drop in shootings, 41% drop in robberies, and nearly 50% drop in carjackings. He pointed to Operation Midway Blitz, the federal crackdown on immigration, as the cause. But the city of Chicago had reported lower crime numbers in August before the start of the Blitz. And they included a 24% decrease in homicides and shootings from the previous year. Trump says there will be another phase of Midway Blitz, and it will include a, quote, full surge of agents in the city.
Governor Pritzker remains skeptical about whether or not Operation Midway Blitz will start to wind down. The governor says even though reports are saying that Border Patrol will soon leave the city, it does not mean that the president is stopping his immigration blitz.
Even though Greg Bovino is leaving and some CBP agents and officers are leaving, it appears that they may be going to to Charlotte, North Carolina, and to New Orleans, Louisiana. So it's not like Donald Trump has stopped his onslaught against Americans.
Governor Pritzker says that there's been a lack of communication from the federal government about multiple issues, including immigration and the use of the National Guard.